Function. So we're missing one of our partners in crime here.
Yes, we are. But I guess Derek's prepping for his other show tonight.
Oh, well.
Are we going to run the trailer, and then we're going to get into what we're going to be doing?
That was the plan.
Ed? Where's Ed?
We've lost our Sulu.
Okay. Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I see that they're still waiting for people to come in anyways. I'm Doug Force. We have Wayne Peters here tonight from What's Up Canada and Derek Story from Noble Savages. And we've created a new film company called Transcanada Films. And tonight we're debuting our donation platform for creating a documentary film called The Great Canadian Awakening. And if we can get Ed to give you the intro here, we'd be delighted to have that play for us. Thank you, Ed.
Speaker, the Liberals have admitted that non-binding agreements like the Global Compact on Migration can become customary international law and inform the interpretation of domestic law. This compact also contains language around sensitizing and educating journalists on how they should report about immigration. Canadians want their government, not foreign entities, to be in control of our immigration system, a system that is orderly, compassionate, and fair. Will the Prime Minister assure Canadians that he will not sign on to the United Nations Global Compact on Migration?
I think people understand that there should be a level of political accountability on this, and not just unnamed bureaucrats having the final say.
There are a lot of Canadians who are concerned about volatility right now, whether it's populism or the economy. They're watching their savings go up and down. Your tweet saying "Welcome to Canada" is often cited as the reason why these people are pouring across the border.
The important thing around the UN Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples is that right now there is no project on the table, and politicians deliberately disseminating falsehoods like the Global Compact on Immigration is a binding attack on our sovereignty. And these are the kinds of things that, unfortunately, the Conservative Party has chosen to start.
Mr. Speaker, we are going to continue to stand up for immigration, knowing that defending diversity is a source of strength.
Your government is still spending into deficits. What are you doing to prepare the country for a potential recession? You don't think Western alienation is growing?
I think there are politicians trying to exploit it. If we were to start changing the way we obey our own rules, we would then be perpetrating a system where there are no rules.
All right.
Take it away, Wayne.
There we are. So there is the first 2 minutes of some of what people can expect to see coming out in the full-length feature documentary film. This is something that we've been working on for a little while, developing in concept. There's a website. Maybe Ed will get a link up for that as well. And this kind of came about, evolved out of the movement that has been growing coast to coast. And Doug, you kind of were the one that started bringing us together in on this concept of an idea of doing a feature length documentary. So give us a few minutes on where that came from and why and how, and then maybe we'll get into what it's going to cover.
Well, and how it came to me was I was, because I've been working with you and Derek for quite a number of months now. And it got me thinking that you guys were there in 2018 with the Yellow Vest movement starting in Red Deer. You went on the United We Roll platform out to Ottawa, which was really the impetus for where we are today. And you and Derek have crossed Canada back and forth, going to the various rallies, going to the various events, going to the various protests, and documenting this from a reporter's point of view rather than from a participant's point of view. And I thought, wow, there's all that footage sitting on a bunch of hard drives that both you and Derek have. Wouldn't it be interesting to put this into a documentary film with a timeline that shows where we came from to where we are today, and hence the Great Canadian Awakening?
And that was really when you first brought up this idea to me. It was something that both Derek and I had been struggling with. I mean, we could only put out such a small measure of what we'd seen, but we'd been back and forth across the country so many times, covered so many events. There was so many points of view and perspective that we couldn't put it into just a regular video or something like that. So when you brought this to us, we started to think, well, yeah, really, who had more footage than Derek and I combined? I mean, there's a lot of people who have been doing a lot of things, but they've been very, very regionalized to their areas and the things and that they've been talking about or fighting for in their areas. So we started to look at everything that we had collectively coast to coast, and there's enough footage there to cover several documentaries. But throughout that time, we've also been working with other people that have been documenting at different places, different things. So this was one of the things that we wanted to do as well in speaking with Doug and Derek on this is we're going to make this a community project, because this is telling our story. This isn't, when I say our, this isn't my story or Derek's story or Doug's story. It's all of our story. As Canadians, we want to do the best we can to tell the world the truth about where this patriot movement came from in Canada, so we can show people they don't have to be afraid of standing up for what has happened. We don't have to put up with the abuse from the mainstream media. There is truth in where we stand. We are not dangerous nationalists or anything of that kind of ilk. So we thought it was important for Canadians' story to get out in truth, and that's the foundation of what this all is. So when thanks, Ed, for bringing up the website there. This is the beginning of where it's happening. Everything is going to be come to you all from the website. Updates, opportunities. There's going to be lots of opportunity for people to get involved in all different levels, right up to having your name front and center when this hits the big screen. There's opportunities for that, for people to have their name on the credits, document their name literally on history, on the history books. History is being written on video. That's what we're doing. We are the biography of the Canadian right, the rising right, and everything that we believe in. And we're hoping that, well, we're pretty sure that Canadians from coast to coast are going to have fun taking part in all of this.
And what's really wonderful about all of this, the day that we finish the edit is the day that we will stop adding to this. So we're going to bring it right up until the day we finish the film. So there'll be stuff beyond even today going into that documentary. If it takes us 2 to 3 months to complete it, we'll have footage coming in from what's going on this summer. We're definitely going to have footage coming in from what happened this winter and spring and last fall. It's been an amazing run we've had with the magic virus. I've got to once again thank Mr. Justin Trudeau for forcing everybody to stay home and log on to the internet. And we've had more awakenings happening over the last year. I think this has helped people immensely. And to document this as a historical piece is just going to be amazing for everybody. And I must say, I want to thank everybody that I've seen at these rallies. I know that you've gone to all these rallies as well, Wayne, and the people are wonderful. I'm yet to meet anybody who I didn't particularly like.
It's been such an enlightening and humbling experience talking to people, and what I've learned, we've all got something in common, no matter what our differences are. Every last one of us has got something in common, and as things get more and more difficult and we struggle to navigate our way through the discussions, that common ground is showing itself more and more and more in the hearts and minds and the true ideology of Canadians. And it's important for us to keep track of this. Somebody's got to tell the story. And for the first first couple of segments of this documentary, it's kind of shaped itself in the years that have gone by since this really started. Because up until December of 2018, there was no such thing as a conservative activist core in Canada. It just didn't exist. Conservatives were not activists. They didn't protest. They didn't know how to protest. Conservatives couldn't protest their way out of a wet paper bag in the summer of 2018. But by the summer here now of 2021 that we're coming into, we are seeing an immense pushback and resistance to what is coming. And this is what we want people to feel confident in the truth, and for the truth of the story to get out there. And this is just really exciting time, because we are living history. And this is something that we have all realized for a little while now, is that regardless of what happens, this time in history is going to be a marker point. And I remember talking about this a year ago, where we would be measuring life differently in pre virus and post virus. We would be looking at things differently, and here we are. And so much of what we've come through and gone through needs to be put in a timeline, in a storyline, so that it, because people are going, oh, when was that? When was it? Because so many things have happened. So many things have happened.
Well, and I'm going to, we've got some limited edition swag we're going to be offering to people who donate certain amounts. We're going to get that up on the website here shortly. Wayne came up with a wonderful idea for the logo. Wayne, why don't you tell the people what we're going to have for a t-shirts logo and hoodie logos?
Well, the big thing is that we want people to have the opportunity to put their stamp, their name on history. And we know that not everybody can do that. So we're going to make it ways for that everybody can get something unique and valuable out of taking part in this in this documentary. So some of the things that we're going to do a little bit differently is, for folks that give us $100 donation, what they're going to get is they're going to get a limited edition designed poster that's going to be signed by the people involved in this. And that poster is only going to run until the movie hits the studios. And this is the thing about everything that we're doing pre-release of this. Everything is going to be unique. So once the movie is out, there's going to be stuff available too, but it is going to stand out that you were one of the pre-release supporters. You made this happen by taking part in it beforehand. So for $100, you're going to get a signed custom poster sent to you, and you're also going to get access to things a little bit quicker than other people do. Anybody, by the way, can help out in this. There is no minimum. You don't have to say, it doesn't have to be $100. We'll take $5 donations. The big thing is we have a budget set that we need. There's going to be expenses for us to get this film into the film festivals, production, marketing, all of these things. So bear in mind, there's no minimum. But as folks that have the ability and do donate a little bit more, we're going to be able to give that much more back per donation. If folks send in $250, you're going to get a matching pair of his and hers t-shirts, custom designed, of course. And maybe we'll find some other things along the way. For a $500 donation, you're going to get a little bit more. You're going to get a hoodie, a t-shirt, a signed poster, and probably a few other surprises as well. For a $1,000 donation, this is where it's really going to let you put your name on the history book. You're going to get the bundle deal, where you're going to get a hoodie, t-shirts, signed posters, some other things that we're going to come up with and develop, but you're going to get your name into the final credits. So your name will get added to people that made this movie happen. And then for those that have a bigger budget, there's opportunities through associate producer spots and executive producer spots. Putting out a full-length feature film is not an easy undertaking. There's a reason why people don't do this. It's going to take an immense amount of time, equipment. People from all over the world are going to be taking part in this. We've already got studio time and assets lined up in Edmonton and Toronto. So No, guys, this isn't request. We're not asking for anything except people that want to help. So I see a comment there. It's not a big request. So there are some people that want to take part and invest in something that's going to stand the test of time. Great. There is no mandatory, there is no request, there is no minimum. If people want to take part in something, this is something unique and different that we feel is necessary, and history dictates it.
I got one fear about this movie.
What's
And
that,
Ed?
Ed?
If this movie is all based on factual opinions and interviews, and it makes sense to the even the people that have been brainwashed, this is going to be going right up in their face, going like, "What the hell? How did I miss all this information?" And this is going to be unbrainwashing a lot of people. And for that fact alone, expect the secret police to be knocking on your door trying to take this thing down.
Well, my friend, you've discovered our cunning plan.
Uh-oh. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to leave now.
That's okay. It really is. This is the alternate to mainstream video, to mainstream media. This is everything that mainstream did not document. This is what we were there. Well, Wayne was there. Derek was there. I came into this a little bit later in life. And it's everything that anybody that was there knows what's happened, but everybody that wasn't there who watched the mainstream media will now see this and they'll go, "Oh my God, was I ever lied to?" And the truth is always harder to swallow if you have cognitive dissonance than to believe the lie, regrettably.
And on another note there, and this might appease Ed, give him a little bit of peace of mind, is that we had already discussed that there would be a certain amount of pushback with this, and this was one of the reasons why we did it. We did it right, and we actually created and verified and copyrighted TransCanada Films. Is a bona fide registered company. We own the trademarks to it. Everything, all of the I's have been dotted and the T's have been crossed. Why? Because this is an essential service. This is what we're doing is an essential service. And this is not saying it's going to get us a freebie by the censorship, but it is definitely going to make it a lot more difficult for them to silence what we are doing because everything is open source.
Exactly. And because these guys, Derek and Wayne, are the nuts and bolts of actually putting this movie together. These guys are the director and editors of the film. I got saddled with the paperwork, so which is fine. We have copyright for the Great Canadian Awakening. We will be getting all kinds of different releases from various people that were involved in the pictures, people that were speaking at the podiums and so forth. We're not going to put anybody into this documentary that we won't be following up with certain interviews as well, and having releases signed by them, so that there is no problem with E&O insurance and getting this thing up into the film festivals, because I think this would be a wonderful opportunity to bring this into the film festivals across Canada and around the world. And I think this would be an amazing piece to run at the TIFF Film Festival down in, go to Australia Film Festival, out in European film festivals, et cetera, et cetera. What an amazing piece of history to show what the Canadian people have done to the rest of the world. And from a perspective of not an activist that's involved there, but from a seeing eye of a reporter. And I think that's going to be amazing.
It's going to be an opportunity to create an inspiration and to lead in the way that Canada and Canadians are known to lead. That's the at the end of the day, by telling our truth in a kind and soft and diplomatic manner, this is the way that we win the hearts and minds. And we're running out of time here. We know that these guys have got some other things to do. So that's really all I've got at the moment. I know Ed's going to run this again for us on the way out as a closer. I want to thank everybody Share this all out. Because of this censorship, we had to adapt, improvise, and overcome to get this message out, to even deliver this release tonight. So this is official now. It is underway, and you guys are going to be seeing and hearing a lot about this in the future. So thank you guys for sharing this message out, and let's get our story told.
Thank you very much, everybody. And go to the website, transcanadafilms.ca is the website. We will be setting up for donations over the next couple of days with all that information up there for you. And hot ziggity diggity, let's have some fun.
Play us out, Ed.
Speaker, the Liberals have admitted that non-binding agreements like the Global Compact on Migration can become customary international law and inform the interpretation of domestic law. This compact also contains language around sensitizing and educating journalists on how they should report about immigration. Canadians want their government, not foreign entities, to be in control of our immigration system, a system that is orderly, compassionate, and fair. Will the Prime Minister assure Canadians that he will not sign on to the United Nations Global Compact on Migration?
I think people understand that there should be a level of political accountability on this, and not just unnamed bureaucrats having the final say.
There are a lot of Canadians who are concerned about volatility right now. Whether it's populism or the economy, they're watching their savings go up and down. Your tweet saying, "Welcome to Canada," is often cited as the reason why these people are pouring across the border.
The important thing around the UN Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples is that right now there is no project on the table, and politicians deliberately disseminating falsehoods like the Global Compact on Immigration is a binding attack on our sovereignty. These are the kinds of things that, unfortunately, the Conservative Party has chosen to start.
Mr. Speaker, we are going to continue to stand up for immigration, knowing that defending diversity is a source of strength.
Your government is still spending into deficits. What are you doing to prepare the country for a potential recession? You don't think Western alienation is well?
I think there are politicians trying to exploit it. If we were to start changing the way we obey our own rules, we would then be perpetrating a system where there are no rules.